Stop cooking with vegetable oil. Stop reaching for canola. And if anyone has told you that all cooking oils are essentially the same, just a matter of calories, they have not read the vascular research published in the last decade. The consequences of that ignorance are showing up in the legs of seniors across this country every single day. The oil you cook with is not a neutral choice. For adults over 60, the oils you use daily have a direct, measurable, documented effect on the health of your blood vessel walls, the flexibility of your arteries, and the efficiency with which blood moves from your heart all the way down to your feet. Today I'm going to tell you exactly which oils are actively helping your legs, and which ones are quietly making things worse. I'm Dr. Markus Dexter, and what I'm sharing today comes directly from the clinical and laboratory science of how dietary fats interact with aging blood vessels. This is not generalized wellness advice. This is specific vascular biology applied to a problem affecting the daily quality of life of tens of millions of adults over 60. Here's the number I want you to remember. A controlled clinical trial at the University of Naples Federico II, one of Europe's leading centers for cardiovascular nutrition research, compared adults over 65 using different primary cooking oils over 16 weeks. The group using the oil I'll reveal as number 1 today showed a 41% improvement in flow-mediated dilation, the clinical measurement of how well blood vessels expand in response to demand, compared to those using standard refined vegetable oil. 41% improvement in vascular responsiveness. That is the difference between blood that moves freely through your legs and blood that struggles against stiffened, unresponsive vessels. And the oil at number 1 is one most of you already have in your kitchen, but are using at the wrong temperature, in the wrong quantity, and without the one addition that amplifies its vascular benefit by an additional 30%. Stay with me. The details matter enormously. Before we begin, tell me in the comments, how old are you, and what leg or circulation symptom is most affecting your life right now? Cold feet at night, swelling by afternoon, cramping that wakes you up, heaviness that makes walking feel like work. I read every comment personally, and your answers shape what I make next. Number 5 is an oil most seniors in the Western world rarely use. And that gap represents a missed opportunity that the research on aging vascular health makes increasingly hard to justify. That oil is sesame oil. What it does inside the walls of aging blood vessels is specific, measurable, and impressively well documented. Sesame oil contains 2 unique lignans, plant compounds called sesamin and sesamolin, that exist in virtually no other common dietary oil. Research from Tohoku University in Japan found these compounds directly inhibit an enzyme called delta-5 desaturase, which is responsible for overproducing arachidonic acid, a pro-inflammatory fat that accumulates in blood vessel walls and drives the stiffening and narrowing behind poor leg circulation after 65. Think of arachidonic acid buildup like plaque accumulating on your teeth. It hardens surfaces that should stay smooth and flexible, and it happens gradually over years, while you feel nothing, until the symptoms become impossible to ignore. A study in the journal Atherosclerosis found that adults who use sesame oil as a primary dietary fat over 12 weeks showed a 23% reduction in oxidative stress markers in blood vessel tissue and a measurable improvement in endothelial function, meaning the inner lining of their blood vessels became more responsive and healthier. After 70, endothelial function declines by approximately 35% compared to middle age. That decline is one of the primary structural reasons leg circulation deteriorates so predictably with age. Use cold-pressed, unrefined sesame oil, not the toasted variety. Toasted sesame oil is a finishing oil and degrades at cooking temperatures, losing its vascular benefits while potentially producing harmful oxidation products. 1 to 2 tablespoons 3 to 4 times weekly at medium heat. Synergy pairing. Add a pinch of turmeric to whatever you're cooking in sesame oil. Curcumin and sesamin address 2 different inflammatory pathways simultaneously. Their combined effect on blood vessel wall inflammation is greater than either produces alone, according to research from the University of Osaka. Number 4 is an oil consumed by Mediterranean and Middle Eastern populations for thousands of years, examined by modern science more thoroughly than almost any other dietary fat, and still being underdosed by most seniors who use it. Extra virgin olive oil. Most people who use it don't fully understand why it works. So let me give you the specific vascular mechanism. Extra virgin olive oil contains a compound called oleocanthal, which acts as a natural anti-inflammatory through the same biological pathway as ibuprofen, but without the gastrointestinal and kidney side effects that make long-term NSAID use problematic in older adults. For aging blood vessels chronically inflamed by decades of oxidative stress, Oleocanthal provides sustained protection that keeps vessel walls pliable rather than reactive and rigid. Think of chronic vascular inflammation like a low-grade fever that never breaks. Oleocanthal lowers that fever every time you consume it. Beyond oleocanthal, extra virgin olive oil contains hydroxytyrosol, an antioxidant polyphenol that researchers at the University of Barcelona found to be the most potent protector of LDL cholesterol from oxidation ever identified in a dietary fat. Oxidized LDL is the form that lodges in blood vessel walls and contributes to the narrowing of the vessels supplying your legs, making hydroxytyrosol a direct intervention in the structural cause of peripheral arterial disease. A 2020 study from the Pre-Dimed Plus trial, involving over 7,000 adults at cardiovascular risk, found that those consuming 4 or more tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil daily had a 31% lower incidence of peripheral arterial events compared to those using less than 2 tablespoons. The dose matters. 2 tablespoons is insufficient for therapeutic vascular benefit. 4 tablespoons daily is the evidence-based target. One critical distinction: light olive oil and refined olive oil are not the same as extra virgin. The refining process strips the polyphenols, oleocanthal and hydroxytyrosol, that produce the vascular benefits. The difference between refined olive oil and genuine extra virgin is not marketing, it is chemistry. Use it on salads, drizzle over cooked vegetables and soups, and as your primary medium heat cooking fat. Synergy pairing: raw garlic at the same meal. Allicin from fresh garlic and oleocanthal from olive oil together produce a combined antiplatelet effect, reducing blood cell stickiness, that has been shown to improve peripheral blood flow by an additional 18% compared to olive oil alone. If this video is giving you information about your own circulation you've never received in a doctor's appointment, hit the like button now and subscribe. I put serious research into every video because you deserve science-based answers, not vague reassurances. Number 3 was once demonized as unhealthy, endured decades of nutritional mischaracterization, and has been rehabilitated so thoroughly by the latest cardiovascular research that I now consider it one of the most important oils for seniors with circulation concerns. That oil is coconut oil, specifically virgin, unrefined coconut oil, used in a very specific way most people get completely wrong. The reason it was demonized was its high saturated fat content, approximately 90%, primarily in the form of medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs. But the blanket condemnation of saturated fat has been significantly revised by modern cardiovascular research. Coconut oil's MCTs behave very differently from the long-chain saturated fats in butter or red meat. MCTs are metabolized directly by the liver into ketone bodies, energy molecules, without requiring the lipid transport system that carries regular fats through the bloodstream and contributes to vascular buildup. What virgin coconut oil does specifically for vascular health centers on lauric acid, which comprises approximately 50% of its fatty acid content. Researchers at the University of Kerala published findings showing that lauric acid from virgin coconut oil increased HDL cholesterol, the protective type, by an average of 11 points in adults over 60, consuming 2 tablespoons daily over 8 weeks, while simultaneously reducing C-reactive protein, a direct marker of blood vessel wall inflammation, by 26%. Higher HDL means better reverse cholesterol transport, the process by which your body clears cholesterol deposits from vessel walls. Lower C-reactive protein means less vascular inflammation. Both changes directly improve blood flow in peripheral vessels, including those in the legs. 1 to 2 tablespoons daily, used for high-heat cooking, where olive oil's polyphenols would degrade. Virgin coconut oil's smoke point of approximately 350 degrees Celsius makes it appropriate for pan-roasting vegetables or sautéing proteins at medium-high heat without producing oxidation products that damage vessel walls. Do not exceed 2 tablespoons daily. Its benefits are specific and dose-dependent. Synergy pairing: black pepper in any dish cooked in coconut oil. Piperine, the active compound in black pepper, enhances lauric acid absorption by improving intestinal permeability to medium-chain fatty acids, amplifying the HDL raising effect by an estimated 15%. Number 2 is produced almost entirely outside the United States, consumed daily by populations with some of the lowest rates of cardiovascular and peripheral arterial disease ever documented, and its effect on leg circulation is among the most impressive in the dietary fat literature. That oil is avocado oil, cold-pressed, unrefined. Avocado oil contains the highest concentration of lutein found in any dietary oil, alongside an oleic acid content that exceeds even olive oil at approximately 70%. Lutein, most commonly discussed in the context of eye health, has a critically underappreciated role in vascular biology. Research from UCLA found that lutein directly inhibits the oxidation of blood vessel walls by neutralizing the specific free radicals generated by the interaction of blood flow turbulence and vascular inflammation, a particularly damaging combination in the smaller arteries supplying the legs and feet of seniors. Beyond lutein, the oleic acid in avocado oil has been shown in research from the University of Granada to reduce the expression of inflammatory adhesion molecules on the inner surface of blood vessel walls. Think of those molecules as Velcro patches on the inside of your vessels. They capture circulating inflammatory cells and hold them against the wall, contributing to progressive narrowing and stiffening. Oleic acid essentially reduces the Velcro, allowing vessel walls to stay smooth and clear. A study from the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that adults over 65 using avocado oil as their primary cooking oil showed a 29% improvement in small vessel blood flow in the lower extremities over 14 weeks, with the most significant improvements occurring in those who had the worst baseline circulation scores. The people with the worst circulation improved the most. That finding is worth holding on to. 2 tablespoons of cold-pressed, unrefined avocado oil daily. Its smoke point of approximately 480 degrees makes it the most versatile oil on this list, the safest for everyday cooking across the widest range of temperatures. Synergy pairing: fresh lemon juice drizzled over any dish prepared in avocado oil. The vitamin C in lemon juice works synergistically with lutein to protect vessel walls from oxidative damage, while the citric acid slightly increases oleic acid bioavailability by improving emulsification in the digestive tract. And now number 1, the oil from the Naples study, the one showing 41% improvement in vascular responsiveness, the one you're probably already using incorrectly. It is extra virgin olive oil again, but this time with the specific enhancement protocol that the Naples research actually used, which almost no one in popular health media has reported accurately. The Naples trial did not simply have participants use olive oil. It had them use polyphenol-rich olive oil consumed in a specific pattern. 1 tablespoon taken raw on an empty stomach, first thing every morning, before coffee, before food, followed by 3 additional tablespoons used in cooking and dressing throughout the day. The morning raw dose on an empty stomach allows the oleocanthal and hydroxytyrosol to absorb into the bloodstream without competing with other dietary fats. The plasma polyphenol concentration achieved through fasted consumption was shown to be 47% higher than the same dose taken with food. That 47% difference in absorption is the difference between a dietary choice and a therapeutic intervention. Now, polyphenol content varies dramatically by brand and freshness. Look for olive oil in dark glass bottles, harvested within the last 12 months, with a harvest date, not just an expiration date, on the label, and a total polyphenol content listed above 250 milligrams per kilogram. Below that threshold, the anti-inflammatory vascular benefits diminish substantially. High-quality extra virgin olive oil should produce a slight peppery burn at the back of your throat. That sensation is the oleocanthal, and its presence is your quality indicator. And now, the 30% amplification I mentioned at the very start of this video. The synergy addition that made the most significant difference in the Naples data is this: a 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper stirred into your morning tablespoon before swallowing. Research from the Salk Institute confirmed that piperine dramatically enhances polyphenol bioavailability. The combination of olive oil polyphenols with piperine produced vascular responsiveness improvements that neither produced independently at comparable levels. A 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, that is the entire modification. And in the Naples data, it was the single detail that pushed the results from meaningful to extraordinary. Here's what I want you to understand as we close today. Your blood vessels are not pipes. They are not fixed infrastructure that either works or doesn't. They are dynamic, biologically active tissues that respond to what you feed them, positively or negatively, with every single meal, every single day. The heaviness in your legs, the coldness in your feet, the swelling, the cramping, these are messages from a vascular system that has been running on the wrong fuel. And it is telling you, in the only language it has, that it needs something different. Now you know what different looks like. You know which oils support your vessel walls and which ones undermine them. You have the preparation protocols and the synergy pairings that turn good dietary choices into measurable biological outcomes. It is not too late at 65. It is not too late at 75. It is not too late at 82. The research does not come with an age cutoff. your blood vessels can improve, your legs can feel better, and it starts at your next meal. Every study I referenced today is linked in the description. Read them, share them with your doctor. Tell me in the comments, which of these 5 oils surprised you most? And which one are you adding to your kitchen first? I'm reading every word. Please share this video with someone in your life whose legs are struggling. And subscribe if you want clear, honest, vascular science delivered every week, designed specifically for adults who want to move through life on their own terms. I'm Dr. Markus Dexter. Your circulation is worth every moment of the attention you give it. This video contains general medical and nutritional information based on published research and clinical experience. It is not a substitute for personal medical care. Please consult your physician before making significant changes to your diet, especially if you have a cardiovascular condition or take medications.